Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is October 9th, and right now we're looking at the combination of Doppler radars here across the southwest USA. Look at this frontal system rolling into Northern California, bringing some precipitation all the way down towards the Bay Area possible today. We'll take a look at those details as we go through the video. There's a thunderstorm threat there across some of Arizona into New Mexico as well. There's also going to be another system that swings through here. We're bringing some colder air aloft. We're going to bring some gusty winds across much of the region, and you're going to feel the cool down even across some of the desert areas as we go through the next few days. Take a look at those details as we go through the video today. Here we are looking at the visible satellite. You can see the frontal system rolling through Northern California, making its way towards the Bay Area, that marine layer up and down the coastline, all the way down towards Baja. Hurricane Lydia making its way towards the Mexico coastline. There's some hurricane warnings up there as well, and we'll check it out just to make sure the no remnant moisture is going to make its way up across the southwest USA. And we'll take a look at the extended forecast as always. Look at this, Hanford National Weather Service, some pretty big wind gusts coming in here, especially across the higher terrain. 55 miles per hour, not out of the question. Nice graphic here from the National Weather Service Hanford. You can see the I-5 corridor. Watch out when you're going across some of the higher terrain here over the next day or two. We'll look at the NAM3 cam with some of these winds here in a moment as well, high resolution model. And of course, with these strong winds, you're going to be dealing with the possibility of some blowing dust out there also. So heads up for that. And there's a wind advisory across it just off to the east of Santa Barbara there, west of Santa Barbara, I should say. And this is for some northwest winds here rolling down about 45 miles per hour. So heads up for that as well. And you've got some marine weather statements, and there's even a gale watch out there, small craft advisory as well. So heads up for that. We've got peak wind gusts Tuesday and Wednesday, San Diego, California, and again, across the higher terrain. Check it out. You could get up towards 60 miles per hour in some of these gusts here. So heads up, once you get out of the lower elevations, up, Highway 10, you can see some of these gusts getting up over 50 miles per hour. This is this day in SoCal weather history. Check it out. 1982, Santa Ana winds gusting to 60 miles per hour. Major wildfire moved into the Santa Monica Mountains. And then 2013, look at this. Winter arrived early in the mountains as a cold, low pressure system swept down the coast 2 to 6 inches above 6,000 feet. So, it can get a wide variety of weather here across California and Nevada and Arizona at this time of year. And that's a pretty good example of it between 1982 and 2013. Check out Phoenix, Arizona. You can see the cool down even coming for portions of Arizona, as you can see Monday, highs up towards 100 for some locations and dropping back down towards 90 here as we go towards the end of the week, and breezy there showing up on Wednesday. Now taking a look here, you got Washington, Oregon, California. You can see this system here rolling towards the Pacific Northwest. Put that into motion. This is that frontal system rolling through as we speak right now through the northern half of California, and then we got a secondary system here moving across the region as well. It's going to tighten the gradient and bring some of those wind gusts. And then we've got this trough. It's fairly close here to some of the coastal areas, but we may start to warm up here as we go towards the end of the week here, and we'll show you that here in a moment. This is looking at 80-meter wind speeds. State of California is right here. You can see Nevada and the western portion of Arizona. Put it into motion, and you can see some of these winds really kick up as we go on in through tomorrow, actually Monday night into Tuesday morning. You can see some of these gusty winds, and watch as we go on in through Tuesday afternoon and evening across the higher terrains here in Nevada. Also in some of the desert areas across Nevada, westerly winds, some northerly winds racing down across Tonopah, maybe down towards Las Vegas as well. You can see the winds really pick up down the coastline also, and that's why there's a wind advisory out there for some of the Santa Monica coast as we go off to the west. And yeah, interesting stuff here as we cool down for at least a few days before we potentially warm back up again a bit here as we go towards the end of the week. More on that here as we look at the temperature graphs here in a minute. This is composite reflectivity. You can see that frontal system swinging down across the Bay Area here. It's going to be weakening as it moves down to the south and east, but hopefully we can bring out a little bit of precipitation for the Bay Area. Been exceptionally dry. If you watched the video yesterday, I showed a little bit of that. We'll go over that again here as we go towards the end of the video. But then the next system as we go through Tuesday morning, kind of coming through here as well. Not as big a precipitation maker, but it's going to be introducing some cold air and those breezy conditions across a lot of the southwest USA. Now here we're looking at 850 millibars, so we're dealing with the three-dimensional atmosphere here, and this is about 5,000 feet above the surface. And you can see the nice warm temperatures here across some of the desert areas through Nevada as we go through the day to day. And you can see these cooler temperatures aloft making their way in here with that frontal system. Then watch as we go on in through Tuesday night into Wednesday. You can see it all the way down through the desert areas into Arizona. You're going to feel some of this cool down here as we move on in through about Wednesday afternoon shown here. So yeah, enjoy this bit of a cool down here because we might bounce these temperatures back here at the end of the week. This is 24-hour 2-meter temperature change. So basically at the surface, you can see As we go through Monday night from Sunday night here, you can see the 24-hour temperature change. And if I scroll on ahead here, now we're going on in towards Tuesday night, and you can kind of see it across much of the area here, dropping the temperatures down across the region here. So yeah, nice little cool down. This is looking at 850 millibar temperature. This is the anomaly. You can see the wind direction and also the warm air aloft we've been having, and that's going to be replaced with these frontal systems kind of swinging through here and bringing this trough down across the region. But yeah, look at the cool down coming here, folks. Below average temperatures at about 5,000 feet showing up nicely. This is looking at the National Blend of Models daily 2-meter max temperature here. This would be for Tuesday. And as we go on in through Wednesday here, Thursday, you can see a little bit of a bounce back here as we go towards the weekend, but still not looking at anything exceptionally hot as of right now. Of course, we'll be watching this, but maybe a little bit above average, nothing too crazy showing up right now. This is Los Angeles, California. The red line is the average temperature this time of year, and you can see hovering about average here all the way through October 23rd on this, and overnight lows pretty similar to average as well. San Francisco, maybe a couple days below normal here, and then kind of hovering about around average as we go through the later portion of October. Now check out San Jose. Look at this. Had 4 days, 90 plus. 94 on the 7th, 85 yesterday, a little bit of a cool down, and you're going to feel that a bit more again here today. This is for San Francisco, 4 straight days of 90 degrees, but look at that drop, 22-degree drop between the 7th and yesterday on the 8th here. So you definitely felt that cool down yesterday. This is Fresno. You can see the temperatures dropping below normal here, just slightly so. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they kind of hovering just above average here as we go through the extended forecast. We'll bounce back a little bit here towards the end of the week. This is San Jose. You can see it bouncing back a little bit here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but nothing too exceptionally warm there. And just kind of a nice weather there. As you can see, the red line is the average temperature this time of year, slowly declining as you move through the end of October. Las Vegas, a little bit of a dip here as that trough moves through the area, and then a bounce back as we go towards the later portion of the weekend and early next week. Palm Springs back down towards normal here, which is still plenty comfortable. As you can see, upper 80s expected. Then a little bit of a bounce back here as we go towards the end of the weekend. San Diego, right about average all the way through the extended forecast here. You can see the average temperature this year, at this time of year for San Diego International Airport, right around 73 degrees here. As you can see, the red line is not tailing off too much as you go through October. You can get some pretty warm spells here as you go through October. You can get Santa Ana wind events. You can get all kinds of stuff. So yeah, doing pretty well there for San Diego. Phoenix dropping back down towards normal. You feel a bit of a cool down here as you go through Thursday and Friday, and then bouncing things back here probably in through the early portion of next week. Here's Tropical Storm Lydia. It's supposed to be a hurricane here very shortly. It may already be so. But yeah, you can see the hurricane warnings there for some of the Mexico coastline. So if you're planning on heading down there to Mexico, you can see about Tuesday night here is when it's expected to make landfall right on the coastline there. So heads up if you've got interest down there across Mexico. This is looking at the GFS. This is precipitable water. This is the 12Z run. This is hot off the presses. You can see what should be Hurricane Lydia moving towards the coastline there. But if we put this into motion here and we keep watching this, you'll notice you don't see that big surge of precip or moisture back up into the southwest USA. Now, if we look out far enough here, you can see some additional atmospheric rivers moving into the Pacific Northwest here. And that may be clipping Northern California. We'll see how this develops here as we go on into the early portion of the following week. But this will be weakening rapidly as it moves south this time of year. And the GFS just showing some really huge dynamic storm systems out over the Pacific Ocean out here with some powerful atmospheric rivers. And right now, these are pointed mainly north of California here, but some of this activity could be clipping Northern California through the extended forecast. We'll continue to watch that as we go. This is total precipitation. Yesterday afternoon's European run, the 0Z run, put it into motion, and you can see that frontal system moving through the day-to-day, weakening as it moves off to the southeast. Not too much showing up for the Bay Area, maybe a few hundredths of an inch. And then as we go on in through Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning, a little bit more showing up there. But now we scroll off a little bit further here. I'm just kind of looking off into fantasy now to see what that next atmospheric river is doing. And you can see it brings some precipitation for Northern California, but it's way out there. I know we're looking 180 hours plus at this point, but just kind of keeping an eye on what that storm track is going to do as we look off into the extended forecast. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. This goes through October 18th, kind of still showing that above average signal, Bay Area north. And this is the eclipse forecast. And again, this is an annular solar eclipse. So the moon is not going to completely block out the sun. You're going to see a ring of fire around the moon here. So it's not going to be a total solar eclipse. But you can see the track of it. Comes on shore in western Oregon here, Eclipse northeast California, moves across Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, and Texas down there, and then across the Gulf of Mexico. And this is about a Saturday morning here, and you can see another system developing off the coastline here. This is the simulated infrared satellite imagery here on the European model. And again, climatologically speaking, your best chance to see this action is going to be off through eastern portions, northeastern portions of Nevada. You can see the cloud cover there over western Oregon as of Saturday morning. We'll continue to watch this day by day and try to give you these eclipse updates. And of course, looking at the reservoirs, kind of a feel-good thing here. Most of them are at or above historical average, doing quite well. The entire state of California, drought-free. You know, somebody take a screenshot of that and post it on your wall, because it won't always be like that. Percent average of precipitation, you can see for the last 12 months, we've been doing quite well across much of the state of California, a little bit below average in extreme southeast portions, across some of the desert areas, and maybe extreme north portions of California as well. But if you look at the last 3 months, and I pointed this out yesterday, some of the Bay Area and the coastal ranges out here in some portions of Northern California have not been doing too hot. They kind of missed out on this Hillary tropical storm moisture here. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind here. Hopefully we don't start developing any kind of drought situation out here across some of the central California coastline. But anyway, yeah, we'll continue to watch these storm systems roll around out here across the Pacific Ocean. Looks like it's going to be a pretty active storm track. How far will it get south? Good questions. We'll try to answer those over the next few days. We'll continue to watch for tropical cyclone development here down across the eastern, northeast Pacific Ocean, and see if that has any chance moving back across the region here. But yeah, we'll just continue to do this day by day. Hope you guys are all looking for the California Weather Watch channel here, and I will no longer be posting these videos on the Pacific Northwest Weather Watch page, and they will all be posted here, but I'll keep linking this video on the Pacific Northwest Weather Watch page so nobody gets left out in the cold. You guys know where to go when you want to see these California briefings. So anyway, yep, we'll do this again tomorrow. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll talk to you guys then.